Hello, today my presentation is about characteristics of organisms. An organism refers to a living thing that has an organized structure, can react to stimuli, reproduce, grow, adapt, and maintain homeostasis. These are common characteristics of living organisms: cellular organization, nutrition, respiration, irritability and coordination, excretion, movement, reproduction, growth, and development. Now we are going to talk about cellular organization. The structure of an unicellular organism is made up of the cytoplasm and organelles enclosed by a plasma membrane. And here are some examples: amoeba, paramecium, nuclei, and diatom. And in a unicellular organism, organelle level organization can be seen. The origin of a multicellular organism is from a single cell, the zygote, which is the product of the fertilization of an egg with a sperm. And this is how it happens. Organization of different cells in plant body. And here in this plant you can see different cells like xylem cell, root hair cell, epidermal cell, phloem cell, pollen grain, like that. The smallest structural and functional unit of a living organism is cell. A group of cells modified to perform a specific function is called a tissue. A collection of tissues form an organ. A collection of organs form a system, and systems collectively form an organism and can be represented like this. The flowchart. And nutrition, the process by which the energy and materials are obtained from the maintenance of life, is called nutrition. The organisms that produce their own food or nutrition by themselves are known as autotrophic organisms. Autotrophism can be divided into two, as photoautotrophism and chemoautotrophism. And in photoautotrophism, if it can be called if solar energy is used to produce food, and most of plants are phototrophism. And chemoautotrophism is called if energy is obtained by a chemical reaction to produce food. Most bacteria are chemoautotrophic. Production of food inside the chloroplast of plant cells using chlorophyll is called photosynthesis, and this is the word equation of photosynthesis. Carbon dioxide as water and forms glucose and oxygen. Respiration, the process by which the stored food is transformed into energy inside the cells, is called as cellular respiration, and this is an experiment we can do to show how carbon dioxide is released during the process of respiration. And here we have to use lime water, 5 equal Cox bottles, and potassium hydroxide. And first, when water is here, this the 5 bottles, and when water is removed in this bottle, and airflow occurs, and from bottle A to bottle E, then color of lime water B does not change as carbon dioxide coming through this tube is dissolved in KOH, potassium hydroxide, and but after some time the lime water in D turn to milky, So it means lime water has reacted to carbon dioxide. So it proves that the frog has released carbon dioxide during his respiration, and that's why the lime water turned to milky color. And through this, we can prove that how that carbon dioxide is released during respiration. Irritability and coordination. A change which is strong enough to bring out a respiration response is known as a stimulus. As examples, we can get light in, light, sound, chemicals, and mechanical or physical vibrations. The stimuli are detected by organs such as eye, ear, nose, tongue, and skin. The reactions according to changes are called reactions. The ability to respond to stimuli received from internal or an external environment is called as irritability. The communication between different organs during responding to a stimulus is known as coordination. Excretion, the sum of chemical and physiological activities of building up and breaking down of materials within the cells are known as metabolic activities. So excretion means removal of the byproducts from the body that are produced during metabolism. Main excretory materials of organisms are urea, salts, carbon dioxide, and water. And plants also do excretion. Plants releasing carbon dioxide during respiration through stomata and leaves. It can be considered as how plants do the process of excretion. And there are different ways of excretion of a living being, as sweat, uh, as exhale gas, CO2, H2O, and urine, urea, water, and salt. And this is another common characteristic of living organisms, movement. Unicellular organisms use cilia, flagella, and pseudophobia for movement. Reproduction. Reproduction of a new generation by unicellular or multicellular organism for the continuation of their species is known as reproduction. Reproduction is two types, of sexual reproduction and asexual reproduction. During sexual reproduction, gametes of two individuals of the same species unite to form a zygote, and during asexual reproduction, a single organism can produce an identical new offspring without the contribution of another organism. Growth and development. The cell growth means the irreversible increase of dry mass of the cell. Development means the increase in the complexity of the cell. And growth and development can be expressed in three steps as irreversible increase in size of the cell, increase in number of cells by cell division, and cell differentiation. Some living entities cannot be easily identified whether they are living or non-living. As example, virus. Uh, it shows both living and non-living characteristics, and viruses do not possess any organelle for metabolic reactions. A virus becomes active only inside the host cells, and this is the structure of a virus, and we cannot identify easily whether it's living or non-living.